Welcome to the Comedy Trap House.
It is what it is. Look at this shit, man. That shit poor. They gonna be thirsty as hell.
Welcome to the Comedy Trap House. Comedy Trap House.
Yo, welcome everybody back to another episode, the first official episode of 2020 to the Comedy Trap House. Happy New Year. Welcome back. I'm your host, Rome Green Jr., and in the house with me, I got Emmanuel.
I'm going to clap that one
Come
up.
on, man.
I'm going to clap that one up.
I'm excited, man.
New year, new decade.
We back, man.
And you coming with that excitement.
You know,
I love the
I'm
energy.
here.
You
Shout
know
out
what
to
I'm saying?
Hannah. She back in
What's
here.
up, Hannah?
We out here. We got a mini fridge in the studio
we
now.
have a mini
Yeah,
fridge
that's
in
where
the
we got the
studio?
water from. We got a mini
okay,
fridge.
I'll be back in
Oh, yeah, you
five.
gonna grab some stuff out there. man, I'm happy, man.
Yeah.
I'm
You
thankful.
feeling good?
I'm feeling good because we made it, man, to a new decade.
We made it to a new decade.
We
And I
made
must
it.
say, it's incredible because we entered 2020 and it's Judgment Day.
Oh yeah, no, it's pure
I'm
fire
talking
and
about
hell.
World War III. I'm talking about fire in a whole continent.
A whole continent.
Just on fire.
It's crazy.
I'm talking about, I don't know. man. It's
Storms,
just-
you got all type. Yeah, president's wild, and we talking about talks of war. Hopefully
we got a
that
show
time-
called Messiah.
We got
on
a show called
Netflix.
Messiah on Netflix. What are you trying to tell us out here?
It's straight.
It's straight. It's
It's
cool.
straight.
It's cool.
It's straight.
It ain't blessing you as much as you thought it would. Nah, man. We're excited to be back, and also, man, shout out to everybody in Australia that's putting forth help to get that country back in order because that shit's wild.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
That shit is wild, and
I just saw a headline for an article that
Yeah.
said the indigenous people of Australia have a trick to use against the fire. I didn't read the whole article,
Yeah,
but
but-
it said it's been around for 50,000 years. So I'm interested to see if that comes into play to help the rest of the.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like something that ancient culture did.
They
to
said
help
the
the-
camels are breaking into people's houses because they need water. First off, I didn't know Australia.
In
had-
Australia?
I know Australia had camels.
I'm not gonna front. I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I honestly didn't know. And I
Two
was
humps, one hump.
like, I think it's one hump.
One hump.
Yeah,
Okay.
one hump. Oh, two humps is crazy. Two humps in your back? I get one lump in my back. I'm out for weeks.
Worse for them, better for us. Because you got that little between you can sit in. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying?
true.
Like, you
That's
know.
true. But yeah, they breaking into people's houses and like licking like water from the fall, just trying to get anything. And now somebody like ordered to get the camels out of there or something. I was like, it's crazy. Pray for it. Keep praying for them. It's wild
Some
down
of the
there.
video footage I saw. Is
Yeah, it's
scary.
wild. But we are here. We are thankful to be here.
Yes.
And before we left, this is a little house fact for you guys. Before we left, we heard a noise in our kitchen. Mike is the scariest out of this group. We love him for it because it provides comedy. But he immediately goes, "We got a rat, y'all." So everybody's in the group chat panicking, like, "Oh no, oh God!" Like, no. Cam was like, "Calm down. I don't think it's a rat." I went in there and I listened. So right in our kitchen, in the kitchen above the stove where you have the vent, where you have the light in the vent for when you're cooking and smoking stuff like that, we heard a noise in there. And it sounded like birds were in there making a nest because you could see, like, when you turn the vent on, like, almost like straw would come out of
What the hell?
It would come out of the vent. So we were like, fuck, I think a bird might have got trapped in there
Yeah.
and maybe dying because random parts of the night you hear or some weird noise like
Right,
that.
right.
I don't know if that's what a bird sounds like when he
Yeah,
dies.
That
but
sounded like a turkey.
There might be a turkey.
A turkey and I got that.
Leftovers. But so cool. We all leave. We tell Mike, let's call the people because Mike was going to be here by himself. Call them, tell them to come check it out. So he says they come, they looking at it, they don't know what's going on. They said they'll be back with more stuff. So cool. So today, literally this morning, I wake up and I'm shirtless as I walk to the kitchen, and there's two men in my kitchen. And I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up, y'all?" And they was like, "Oh, hey, we're just here fixing the vent." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." Wasn't trying to really
Hold
wait.
on. Did Mike open?
Yeah, Mike opened the
Oh,
door.
okay, I was about to say, did these niggas just walk in?
No way. That would have been a whole different conversation.
Would have been a whole different conversation.
If I would have been there by myself, it's
Yeah.
a whole different conversation. But I
Yeah.
knew Mike was there, so I was like, "All right, Mike, let
Right,
these."
right, right.
And I seen his door was open.
Got you.
So then he says, "Yeah, we got it out of the vent." Da da da. So I clearly asked him. I say, "Well, what was in the vent?" He says, it's things. I said, what? Oh, it's the things that happen. It may be an event sometimes. I said, oh, okay.
No.
I went to go gather myself, take a shower. I go to Mike. I say, yo, they acting funny. Like he was like, yeah, it was kind of weird. Well, I asked them what they think it might be. Well, they was like, it could be anything. I'm like, why the fuck won't they tell us what's in the vent? So then I see them go outside. They cover up everything. He says, all right, we're gonna get ready to get out of here. I hear Mike outside talking to him. Mike goes, yeah, so what's in the vent? He's like, it could be like, Mike said, is it like a rodent? Dude looks at him and says, yeah, let's go with that. What the fuck does that mean? So I got a theory. These are the men in black. They're the men in black.
They came as rodent control.
Came as rodent control. These are men in black. We had an alien in our vent. Because why won't you? Because I'm thinking y'all had a bird or it was a rat or whatever.
A snake.
Some snake, anything. Yeah, we'll call it that. We'll call it that. What does that mean?
Listen, if those men are, first of all, what were they? They were
there was a white dude with long hair. He looked like Kid Rock.
Okay, hold on.
So yeah,
white dude,
long hair, looked like Kid Rock in a maintenance uniform. So I said
in Reseda.
I don't see white dudes with long hair in Reseda
working as a pet.
Working as pest control. Nah, and then a Mexican dude. They don't even go together. That's a bad cop movie.
I mean, now, see, you might have a point because maybe the Men in Black have something like the Rooney Rule, right?
Okay.
Where they gotta, at least talk to minority.
Oh, okay. So it got to incorporate a certain
minorities rules. They don't got to hire them. But
Minority Report.
Minority Report, exactly for the MIB. So they put a white guy and a Spanish guy together to make it look a little.
Because they knew. They was like, all right,
Listen, we're in California.
This brings the community together.
Yeah, we got to use people of color.
Because I'm like, why won't y'all just tell us? And then they pull up in this truck. Truck ain't got no type of sign on it, nothing like that. I was like, these are the Men in Black. The Galaxy Defenders right here.
My God.
And I'm just like, I just hope they don't flashy thingy me. Because I'm trying to have all my memory.
See, how would you know if you didn't get flashed? Though?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
They could have just told you all of that.
They could
have just told you all. You said flash in my. Okay, yeah, we leave it ambiguous. Just play. They probably said, "Hey, play with him a little bit." Okay, we'll just call it that.
And Michael was like, "What does that mean?" I said, "No, I don't know what that means. What was in there? Because I need to know what was in there. Because what if it comes back? Or what is that? But I'm thinking it had to be a bird that fell in it or a squirrel or something like that had to fall in there. But it was dead. It was definitely dead.
I don't know. I'm less afraid that it was an alien, and I would be more afraid if it was a possum.
Oh, absolutely terrified.
Is that crazy?
No.
If it was an alien,
it's cool.
Right,
I don't know.
Took care of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Possum.
Fuck
that.
More of these niggas might come around.
Yeah. No. Possums aren't small. They aren't cute. Nothing. I'm low key scared sometimes to go in our yard because we talked about it before. We got that possum that just randomly come around.
It comes around. It just hangs out on the fence for a little bit.
And he be chilling there, and I'm like, you disgusting rodent.
Don't people eat possums too?
Yeah, I think so. Hannah, do people eat possum?
Hannah, we just asked Hannah if she. Do.
Not in Missouri. No. Well, yeah, good. I like Missouri there because I don't fuck with no possums.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. Let's talk about break. Man. We dipped out. You got to go back home after how long?
It probably been a full calendar year.
Yeah.
At least. I mean, yeah, probably a full calendar year.
It had been for me from North Carolina. Last time I was in North Carolina was my 30th birthday. So it had been a year and some change. And I was like, oh shit, I haven't been back in a minute. But you had fun? It was cool.
I did have a good time. It was good to catch up with family, back to refocus, refresh yourself, and always remember, okay, where you come from, who your family is. You find out some family's crazy too.
Absolutely.
Find out like,
absolutely.
Why did I listen to y'all as kids sometimes? But it was good.
Yeah.
It was good to catch up. I had every time I go back, I learn something new about my father, and it was great to hear.
That's the best part. Just learning stuff about your family.
Experiences. Yeah, I told, I was just, I was straight. I'm pretty straight up, but I just let it be known to my mom. Yeah, I smoke weed, right? Like,
yeah.
It's,
So it's your first time really.
We've had this conversation, but I haven't really done it around her. And this was the first time where I went home and I had access to some Mary Jane. And which my dad helped me pick up.
Your dad is an Uber driver.
My dad,
for those who don't
Uber
know,
on
his
the
dad
side.
drives Uber, so his dad is low key a getaway man.
Kinda. And we were parked outside of a bank. But it was interesting. That whole thing was interesting too, because DC, right? It's legal. Marijuana is legal in DC.
In DC,
right?
Yeah.
But the surrounding borders, DC, the metropolitan of DC is Maryland, Virginia, and DC. So, in Maryland, I believe it's not legal yet. Virginia is definitely not legal. I think in Maryland it's like maybe medicinal or something. It's just legal. But in DC, it's just, if you're a resident, you can go get it, just like here, right? But they have little roundaway bouts to do this. I'm probably going to get in trouble by maybe the FBI for talking about this. I don't know.
Yeah, somebody's listening.
It happened. But what they do is like gifting. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
People gift you it's legal to gift it. It's not legal to sell it to you, right?
Okay.
So what they do, people will go in town and buy a $50 shirt.
Yes.
And as a gift, they'll give you marijuana with that.
So
give you the weed. They'll give you the weed.
What if all drugs were just a gift? If it was a gift, it's cool. No. I mean, I got a little cocaine, but hey, man, it's a gift. I'm giving it to somebody. It's Christmas time, man. Come on. What's wrong with you?
Oh, I appreciate these J's. Let me get that other gift. Let me get that cocaine off you, bro.
That cocaine gift.
But but it was a good time. That's
good. How long were you there?
I was there for about a week.
Okay.
And
that's about all you need.
Yeah.
I'm realizing the older I get, I love going home until I've gone home.
Right.
Cool 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's time to ride. It's time to get up out of there.
Now, do you think it's a little selfish? Mm-hmm. Because you remember I brought this up before we left out of town.
Yeah.
That you are your family's investment, right?
Absolutely.
You're the person that, like, they raised you, they put money into
Absolutely.
you, they fed you, clothed you, all that good stuff, right? And it's kind of as your payback to give the good energy, at least financial help, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm the same way, like what you saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the type like, let me get my couple days in before somebody get on my nerves.
And I gotta go.
And let me dip. Because before I come back to DC, let me finish that statement.
Before you come back to DC.
I usually tend to be more open to showing that amount of love. It's like once you start remembering, like, damn, I remember some shit started getting on my nerves.
Yeah.
Like, that's when you start wanting to pull back. But is it our duty to stay or to take on the burdens of whatever?
I don't think it's necessarily duty, but I do think it's it holds some value for sure, because I feel like every time I go home, I get a little piece of gratitude,
right?
A little bit more gratitude, because I see the fucked upness in my family, and I'm like, oh, thank you, my mom was my mom.
Yeah, right. Like, you appreciate, yes.
I'm like, thank you that
That's
my mom. Like, I love my family, but we not the same.
Right.
We just on two different waves. Like, I love my cousins, I love my uncles, aunts, everybody. But as I'm there this Christmas, I'm like I'm country.
Right.
Y'all are country with a K. And I love country people, but
I thought you were gonna say country.
It's coon, y'all country.
I think that's the title.
Y'all
of this
eat
podcast.
squirrel for fun.
That
country,
possum,
all that
country.
No, but it's just like I love it, but then it's like I think it's a balance, because it's like we've been in LA and I've been on my own since I was 18 at this point.
Yeah,
and it's just like when I go back home, I'm just not used to it anymore. Things aren't the same. People aren't the same. Like, I was in my old barbershop. I seen a guy from high school. He was out of jail the same day I was in the barbershop.
Oh, my God.
And he got locked up maybe 5 years ago.
Right.
And I see him at the barbershop. And I'm just like,
And you knew him in high school?
Yeah. And I'm just like, I don't want to see. Maybe I feel bad for people. I don't want to see the same people when I go back home. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't. It reminds me, but that's when when the gratitude creeps in because it reminds me like, oh, I got out of here.
Yeah. Okay,
I got out of here.
So you do feel like the people that are left there are stuck.
Some of them.
Okay.
Some of them choose, and some of them settle.
But more often than not, it's
just
you feel like a lot of them get
stuck. Yeah, the atmosphere is stuck. The atmosphere of not getting away. They're comfortable, and I guess for some people, I can't judge because some people just like being at home. It just wasn't me.
Right.
But I'm mainly talking about just being around my family. Like it was funny. We had our like Christmas dinner. Everybody came over, my grandmas and everybody, and I love my grandma to death. But the first thing she says to me when I ain't seen my grandma in a year and some change.
Right.
She's like, she gives me a hug. She's like, oh, my baby. I'm like, oh, grandma's this warm embrace for like 30 seconds. Then she goes, your granny was crying last night. Grandma, I don't want to hear this sad shit. Why you was crying?
How long into this is when?
Like 30 seconds. I just seen her.
So until you just seen her.
I just seen her. I'm hugging her. We embracing. I'm like, man, I love you, granny. She's like, oh, I love you, baby. Oh, my grandbaby. She giving me kisses. I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. Your granny was crying last night. What the fuck, man? Come on. I want to hear the love.
I know, man.
Yeah,
I know.
But also she confides it. Like she feels comfortable. So I'm like, all right, cool. Then I'm asking her. She was like, well, I was like, why you crying, grandma? Your granddad was being mean to me last night.
Oh my God!
Said, if y'all don't get y'all kid ass out of here, that mean shit. I was like, but my grandma's so sweet, so I understand. It's Christmas time, so, and then my uncle was doing wild shit. But it was fun to see. But I'm just like, after 4 or 5 days, I'm like, is that bad? Right. That I want to go back or go back to LA or go to Atlanta where I was headed to, or like. Is it bad that I want to keep it moving?
Yeah.
I was like, that shouldn't be bad. But I don't know. I've never been a homesick person.
Me neither.
Which is interesting. A lot of people are like, I could never move that far away from my family.
I've had home nostalgia.
Yeah, I've had home nostalgia.
Like, man, I remember those times. Those were good times. These were, so even the so-so times, bad times or whatever, it's still kind of romanticized in your head. But to your point, I mean, we had not an argument, but a conversation. It was me, my mom, my brother, my cousin, and maybe one or two other
all
people.
Of Ethiopia.
We were all pretty much all of Ethiopian building. But we had a conversation about family, right?
Yeah.
And how, that whole mindset of, it was funny because the older generation was saying like, no, when it comes to family, you do what you got to do for family.
Yeah.
And our younger generation is like, that ain't always true.
That's true.
We all agree.
That's
like we
true.
all like all of us, the younger ones were like, we all kind of disagree. Like, what if some family can be toxic? Some family can be a negative to the rest of the family.
Separation doesn't mean you don't love somebody.
That doesn't mean you
can separate yourself from somebody.
Yes. Like, we don't get along. Like, just because we share blood does not mean we have to get along or we were meant to get along.
Yep.
It doesn't mean that. It just means that, we could be civil to each other. The good thing about family usually is wherever I want to go, if I got family in different places, at least I know I have somebody there. Even if we don't like each other like that, you're better than me being out here by myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's good to have family in different places.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But I don't know. I just don't. I feel like as Dormtainment, we've become a closer family than people in our actual family.
No, for sure.
You know what I mean?
We're in this grind together, so we're in it. We're you know what I'm saying. So it's like shit.
Right. Like, no, I mean we go through things every day together. We probably learn more from each other and than we've ever learned from being with our families. To be honest with you, because we've been together for so long. We became men together. More along. Together than
if we was at home or
than when we were kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel the family. I don't want to. I know I did this to Thanksgiving, but the family ideas or ideals can be a little overrated. Sometimes.
No, and I agree.
It could be a little overrated.
I agree.
Like, it needs to be like, listen, you want to surround yourself with good people in your life. It could come from all walks of life. and you want people that teach you, and there are gonna be some people that have flaws and all that stuff. But you look beyond that and say, okay, but this person has different, better or other attributes that are positive to my life, and the attributes that he or she is negative in, I can help him with that. You know what I mean? So
I think, I agree with all that. It's just like we put this pressure on people that you gotta go back and be with your family. And you should go back and spend time with family,
right?
But don't let people pressure you as like you must get along with everybody. That's not fair.
Right.
Because what if me and this person just aren't people grow.
Yeah.
As kids, we might have been close
Cool
to
as hell.
compatible.
I like Batman. You like Batman.
But then you start realizing like you kind of stupid. Like
I like Melissa Ford. You like Vita Guerrero.
you know what I'm saying? Like you don't like tots. I like tots. Like what's wrong? I don't really fuck with you like that.
I like fries.
But I love you. Like I see you. Like if you need something, pull up. Like we can figure it out. But we don't have to hang necessarily, and that's okay. Keep people at arm's length, and that's fine. And that's something you just gotta kind of learn. But I was gonna, of course, continue with the trip. I went to DC probably right after you left.
Okay.
Right after you left, because I was doing a podcast. I was supposed to do it with Creative Theory, and then, but while I'm there, this is a funny thing that happened in DC. I'm leaving the gym with my homegirl. We are pulling out, and she didn't see somebody in her blind spot, so she kind of nips him a little bit.
Right.
And we all pulled it to the side because it's like a minor little accident. So we pulled it aside. The lady has like the little scratch on her like back driver's side door. And then my homegirl, like her bumper kind of came off a little bit, but it's one of the things where you just can screw it back on.
Right.
Cool. So the lady was like, I'm not tripping. It's the holidays. Like, I'm gonna get this fixed. Like, there's no really damage. Calling insurance and all that might be a lot. So we got both of us have our hazards on.
Right.
We're sitting there talking, just trying to, exchange just contacts just in case. All of a sudden, I hear, boom, boom, boom. I'm talking about that shit was loud. 3-car pile up.
Oh, shit.
I said, here's the funny part. We all looked at each other. We said, all right, cool. We're going to go ahead and get on up out of here. We're going to go ahead and keep it moving. But the funniest thing, the first car, because I'm guessing somebody probably wasn't paying attention to the hazards that we had.
Right.
And try to, like, skirt and go along, and then they made somebody else hit them and hit them. The black dude in the front car, he said, oh, man, what the fuck, man? Come on, man. Sound like Blue Bootsy.
That's
He's
hilarious.
like, oh, what the fuck, man? He's like, oh, shit, man, look at my car, man. I was laughing.
That's a nigga.
Nobody was hurt. Everybody
no
got out the car. It was
insurance.
just, oh yeah. He said, "Oh shit, man."
That day went from bad to worse.
Everybody got out the car just with their hand on their forehead, and we was like, "Yeah, we gonna go ahead and slide on up out of here because this ain't got nothing to do with us. So we gonna go ahead and move."
I just see your car. You hear bang, 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 bang.
Gotta go. I really want to talk about my trip with my dad this time.
Please.
My father, Stevie Green Sr., a.k.a. DJ Slice.
In the building. Not in the building.
Is one of the funniest people I know, man. He just, as he gets older, he gets funnier. That's how I know as we get older, comedy is just going to be wild. My dad, so I got to go spend some time with my dad. I hadn't seen him and my little brothers in probably about the same amount of time that I had seen my family back in North Carolina.
Right.
So I get to go down there, and, man, kids, man, they're so great for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
For 15 solid minutes. They're so beautiful and loving. After about the 16 to 17 minute mark, it's like, sit the fuck down. Like, sit down. Sit the fuck down. I have 2 little brothers, 13 and 7. And my 13-year-old, he's a little bit more calm.
He's starting to get cool now.
A little bit more cool,
He's trying to be a little more swag.
He on his TikTok shit.
Yeah, right.
He trying to sing curse words and lyrics. I was like, what do you think you are?
Right.
Hey, come on, man.
He working on his personal brand.
Yeah. He's trying to get his Instagram
Right,
followers up.
Instagram popping.
But my younger one, full speed ahead, 7 years old and full speed ahead. And for those of you who watch my Instagram, me and my dad had an argument about Freckles, and I told Emmanuel
that was so fucking funny.
My father, first off, parents, as a parent, if you're listening to this out there, stop waking your kids up and immediately talking. They don't hear you. We don't hear you. I don't know what you're saying to me.
Mm-hmm.
Give them some time.
Mm-hmm.
Just like anything in the morning, you gotta wake up, drink your water. My mom used to piss me off. All right, get up. All right, so let me tell you, and make sure you do that. I'm like, yo. Then I get home and she's like, well, did you do what I tell you to do? I don't know what the fuck you said this morning. I don't know what you said. You were literally just rambling at the mouth. Like, I don't know what you was talking about. So parents out there, if you have give them a cool 5 to 10. Let them get their brain work. It's early. So my dad wakes me up, says. He tells me to tell my brother, my youngest brother, because I was going to be babysitting him that day because Josh was going back to school, and so it was just going to be me and my brother's name is Josh, who's the 13-year-old, and Gideon, who's the 7-year-old. He said, you and Gideon going to be here at the house. Make sure Gideon does his Freckles. I'm sleepy. My mind associates Freckles with dots immediately because they kind of are dots. Immediately, it's cool. So me and Gideon are downstairs.
I know the phrase that was used is, I think he said something about some dots.
Something about some dots. That's it. Me and Gideon are downstairs. I give him some breakfast. We watching YouTube. First off, kids are assholes. Because I asked him what he wants to watch. Right. He tells me it's something where this dude is playing these video games but commenting through them. Cool. All right. Yeah. But I started to notice that
like a YouTube channel?
Yeah, but I started to notice that each video game he was playing was dark. Resident Evil, zombie this, da. It's 9:30 in the fucking morning. I say, Gideon, we not doing this. I said, we not doing this.
Shit.
Now I'm getting in the parent mode.
Right,
I'm like, Gideon, we're not doing it. I'm trying to teach him this isn't healthy for your mind.
What's crazy is these kids could be your children.
Absolutely. Both of them.
Both of them
could be
your
my kids. Yeah, both of them could be my kids.
That's
and
crazy.
They look like me so I'm like, Gideon.
Ethiopian Rome.
I said, Gideon, we're not doing this. I said, what you got to understand, I'm trying to tell a 7-year-old, what you got to understand is this isn't good for your health, for your mental health. Let's put on something a little bit more, lighthearted. Yeah. I say, you know what? I said, you like SpongeBob? I just throw something out there because that's what I know.
Yeah.
And I felt bad because I'm throwing my narrative onto him.
Right.
SpongeBob?
Right.
He said, no, I don't like that. I want to watch this. I said, all right.
That's what I would have went. Listen here, you little
motherfucker.
Little fuck, nigga. Fuck you think you talking to? I'm big bro right here. I'm big bro, nigga. I'm big homie. Nigga.
I'm big homie.
What's up?
So I calmly.
Did I peek? Did I peek?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I calmly say, Gideon, does he have games that are lighthearted that he play? Is there something that's not scary? And
right.
He's like, well, there's Sonic. I said, okay, yeah, go. Let's go watch Sonic. Right. So cool. So then I see him watching Sonic. I start to get tired of it. Right. So I say, man, all right, what else do you watch on YouTube? So then he puts on some show where it's these group of white people with an Asian dude, and I think it was one other black dude or somebody. And it's like they go around the house doing mystery. They're like a mystery team. Okay. In my mind, I'm like, this shit trash, but it's not trash.
Okay.
To me, it's trash because I'm older and I don't get it. But it just felt so corny. I was like, dog, I don't want corniness to wipe off on him. Yeah. So I'm like, so you really like this? And he's like, yeah, I like it. So I'm like, all right, you know what? He's a kid. Let him do it. If it's going to keep him quiet because he was chilling, cool. Yeah. So I say, oh, shoot, the dots.
Right.
I say, Gideon, your dad said you need to do your dots. With his hand on his head, he turns to me and goes, I don't do dots. I don't know what those are. I said, look, all I know is something was said about some dots this morning, and I just need you to do them. He said, but I don't know what dots are. I said, you know what? It's cool. I'll take the rap for it. Like, fuck it. Like, whatever. What's that going to do to me? I'm grown.
Right.
So later on that night, we sitting at the table. This is where the Instagram video comes from. We all sitting at the table. Josh on one side, me, my dad, and Gideon. My dad looks at me and said, did you tell Gideon to do his Freckles? I said, nah. He said, I told you to tell him to do his Freckles. I said, that's what you said? I said, what the fuck is Freckles? He was like, you know what freckles are? No, I don't. I'm literally asking you what are freckles. He's like, is and so that's when I started the Instagram video, and I was like, what is freckles? And he's like, get in, show your brother the freckles. And I'm like, that's what I'm saying. These kids got new math. They literally have new math.
It's math.
No. So somebody broke it down on the actual post. Let me go to the Instagram. For those who know what I'm talking about. They call it freckles. So I'm clicking in my comments, and this girl broke it down. She said, as soon as my comments load, okay, let me scroll down. So essentially, it's a program that teachers use for kids to go do like workshops and shit, like homework and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, it's a whole system. But my dad,
like, what's that thing called? ESL?
It says, in case anyone was wondering.
Did I fuck that up?
Yeah, maybe.
ESL? I thought that was a thing.
ESL, was it ESL or was it ASL? No, I'm thinking about chat rooms, asexual location. That's how old I am. I'm thinking about Yahoo chat rooms.
Okay.
But she said, in case anyone was wondering, Freckle is a practice website and app for grades K through 12 that addresses standard-based skills and concepts in core subject areas. From the dashboard, teachers can create rosters manually or import Google Classroom. So they're so ahead.
Okay.
I'm behind.
I'm
behind. So I was like, I fucked up because I was like, when he said freckles, I was like, you doing makeup or something? Like, what? Freckles, like, what we doing? So it's literally.
You the nigga with the A-track that said, what the hell is a CD?
What's a CD player? Let's get this bullshit out of here.
What the hell is a tape?
So they doing everything online, which is actually cool. Like, they getting everything done online. I'm like, yo, I had no idea what a freckle was. But this trip each trip I go home, me and my dad get closer and closer. He's 57. And
do you realize how much y'all are alike?
Absolutely.
That's what
like, and then I see me in him all the time. He's such an extrovert. He's just goofy. One of my homegirls FaceTime me, and him and my homegirls on FaceTime for an hour and a half clowning. So we on FaceTime, he goes, and this is where I want to introduce our monthly Manscaped meeting. Mm-hmm. So we're on FaceTime. He goes, hey, man, I'm about to bust open this Johnny Walker Blue. Mm-hmm. I was like, I said, we got to do our tradition. We got to drink. We got to take a shot or something. He said, I got the new Johnny Walker. It's a $392 bottle. I said, I don't need to do that. Why are you flexing on me? I don't need to know that. And so he's like, all right, cool. Brings the bottle down. We pour a shot. We take a shot. That's the only sip you get in this expensive bottle. Right. I said, man, pour another fucking shot. Stop being a jackass. So he pours a shot. We start talking about old Army stories. He talking about when he was in Haiti. Like, the craziest thing that he told me when he was in Haiti, he said kids like this, Gideon's age, would be for food. They would go to not like a river bed or somewhere, ocean, the dock, dive head first, grab lobsters, come up, throw them on the thing for people.
Wow.
I said, these kids nowadays would never survive in an apocalypse. Those kids were built for it. They diving, getting lobster, coming up, gutting them at 6, 7 years old. But it's survival.
Let me tell you, nigga, apps get erased now. Niggas are killing.
Oh, yeah, it's a wrap.
My Instagram.
Oh, no. But, so we sitting there talking, and I said, yo, Dad, you ever tried Manscaped? He was like, what you talking about? I was like, manscaping. Like, I was like, you shave your dick.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, your daddy done. I've done a little trim or two. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, nah. Like, have you really took the proper, steps to manscape? I was like, because I was like, if you don't, I have something called the Lawnmower 2.0.
Okay.
That'll be really good for you. I was like, it's a no nick technology.
Right.
I was like, it comes. I was like, the whole kit, the Manscaped kit, comes with everything. I was like, I promise you'll love it.
Right.
He was like, man. He's like, so what you like? What you shave your everything? I was like, yeah, shave my dick. Like I shave everything. Yeah. He was like, your balls too? I was like, yeah. I mean, I try to get little balls and all that. Right. I was like, but the perfect thing is, I was like, you try to shave, you might get a little nick. It's none of that. And so I could see him thinking. He was like, nah, I don't know if I can go bald. I was like, you won't. I was like. And so I asked him. I was like, is gray down there? Boy, ain't no fucking gray down there. Boy, ain't no goddamn gray down there. I was like, maybe you got a little gray, a little salt and pepper pube. Like, ain't nothing wrong there. I was like, do your thing.
Get it laid.
I was like, listen, your wife, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you do is, it's the new year.
Right.
Get you a Manscaped kit. Right. Get the whole package. You know what I'm saying? They got the ball deodorant. He was like, ball deodorant? I was like, yeah, you want your dick to smell good. Right. He was like, I mean, that's my wife. She know what my dick smells.
That's hilarious, dog.
I was like, get the whole kit. I'm telling you. I said, go ball one day, see what she say. Like, just do it. Like, just go clean. He's like, man, I'm gonna feel like a baby, man. Like, I'm gonna feel like a baby. I said, nah, you'll feel renewed, man. You'll feel fresh. Like, you need to do that for the Manscaped. I was like, get it.
I guarantee you he does it now.
I was like, and you can use my code and get it off. I was like, yeah, use my code, you get 20% off. He's like, all right, I'm gonna think about that. He was like, you know, I be using the bevel on my face and stuff like that. I was like, bevel's great. I was like, it's great for your face. But I was like, for your testicles and your dick area, I was like, imagine coming in that room, you know what I'm saying? Like, you take off your fedora. Yeah. I said, you should go butt naked with the fedora with some dress socks.
Yup.
And just, matter of fact, put the fedora on your dick. And then uncover it, reveal it.
Have a fedora on your head and on your dick.
So double fedora up.
Double fedora, so you can reveal at the same time. You can take off your hat and pull it off the dick.
Yeah, no, take off your hat and take it off your hat.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Double hat and off the hat.
Off the hat, and there you go. And she can be like, what's that? And you can be like, hey, man, you know, I Manscaped for you, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna have a good night. Yep. You know what I'm saying? She gonna fix some good Ethiopian food. Yep. It's gonna be good to go. Yo, shout out to my stepmom and Ethiopian food. Shout out all Ethiopian food and Ethiopian people in general. Amazing.
We had about a 10-minute conversation with Issa Rae about just
Ethiopian food yesterday. Shout out to Issa. Happy birthday. Her birthday was on the 12th. Happy birthday, Issa. But yeah, man, my dad. It was a beautiful time. Each time now, I find myself missing my dad and my little brothers when I leave.
Yeah.
Because we spend so much, and it's just like that man bonding time, and I'm like, damn, this is cool. And then
this is probably inappropriate. Finish your statement.
I was gonna say, then when I left, my little brothers, my dad texted me, it was like, you know, your little brother's just happy to see you, and Josh wants to like talk to you more because he really looks up to you. And I was like, you know what? I gotta do it. I gotta do it, man. I was like, gotta do it, man. That's dope. So, but yeah, what was you about to say that was inappropriate?
This is probably an inappropriate question. I don't know.
And also, get your Manscaped. Get your Manscaped. 20%.
Give them the code.
Dorm20. Get your code.
Do you have a better time in North Carolina?
You're being problematic.
I'm being problematic
very
now.
Okay.
But I mean, it's a moment to keep it real, right? Mm-hmm. We don't have to hurt no feelings, but it's just like, who do you feel like? Is there? Who do you feel like you?
What's funny is
more moments with, and who do you feel is like, you know, we can work on some things. Maybe that.
Me and my dad can still work on things for sure. That's why, and I think that's why the process has been so great.
That's what's making.
I grew up with my mom, so me and my mom solid.
Good. Okay.
Me and my mom solid. Like, we clown all the time. And my mom goofy too. Like, I can talk to my mom about everything, and so it's funny. But me and my dad really didn't get solid till I was like 18, 19.
Yeah.
When we had to sit down and really have a man-to-man, you know, because it was things I didn't understand that he did. But now as a 31-year-old man, I understand because he was only 32, 33, 34. So I get it now.
Right.
So me and my dad are really solid as well now.
Right. You feel like you become enlightened with him.
Yeah, each time I feel like I'm learning more and more about my dad. I spent so much time with my mom. I know a lot about my mom. She told me a lot. And she's even told me stories about my dad. You know what I'm saying? So I spent, you know, my early years with my mom. And then even when I was in college, I would always drive to my mom's house because my dad was in Georgia, but most of the time I would drive to North Carolina. I would drive down to my dad's, which is funny now I think about it. Like, he was right there. I would drive 4 or 5 hours to go see my mom because I still didn't feel that thing yet. Yeah. But then maybe like around 24, 25, and we moved out here, and then I started really getting in touch with my dad, and then my little brother was born again, and I was like, we started to get just a groove, you know what I'm saying? We started getting in a good groove, and so I can say equally, my mom I still have a great bond with my mom, but my dad, I'm learning new stuff, so each time I go, I feel like I'm leaving with something, you know what I'm saying? And my mom, she just keeps me grounded and keeps me. My mom is more of the the business woman. Like she's more the. My dad is real goofy. Like me and my dad just have goofy time. But my mom, she can be goofy as well. It's really when I go back home to North Carolina, it's really my mom, my sister.
Got you.
That's and my grandma and stuff like that's the main core that I really connect with when I go back. My cousin stuff, I love them, but I see him when I see him. You know what I'm saying? Right. But me, my mom, my sister, my grandma, my aunt, we're kind of real in touch with each other. And then when I go home, it's just me and my dad and when I go to Georgia, me, my dad, and my little brother. So it's cool. I get something from both. But I'm learning more and more about my dad each time I go, which is just funny. And my dad, when he comes out here, he's coming straight to this podcast. That's probably gonna be the longest podcast because we're gonna be on here talking.
We gotta go to a strip club together.
We gotta go to a strip club.
That gotta happen.
Everything gotta happen.
We gotta make it happen.
It gotta happen. I want to talk about something real quick though. So guys, we've been trying to figure out this question thing, and I called Emmanuel over the break, and we're just trying to really figure out what's the most efficient way we can get you guys questions answered and still keep the integrity of the podcast. Not that we lost integrity, but keep, if we have other topics we want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, keep those going. So we're bouncing. I think we're bouncing between two things. I think one, because most of the questions are asked through our Patreon. Remember, please, our Patreon is growing, and we thank you guys. Yes. So, it's patreon.com/comedytraphouse. Though that is where you submit your questions. You submit your questions on there, and you also get an extra podcast, Boss Talk. So that's where we take questions. So to all the community on Patreon, this is for you guys. So what we're thinking is possibly moving the question section. And this is all
option A, right?
This is option A, and this is all in the air. So you guys let us know, talk to us. Moving the question section completely out of the podcast, and making a separate video that'll go up on our YouTube channel and possibly go up as just another separate podcast on maybe SoundCloud or something like that. But it'll be on our YouTube channel, and there you guys will get full immersed answers to your questions. Because sometimes we have to kind of move through them, and we don't get the full thing.
Yeah, we could at least take an hour to answer that.
And we'll set a time frame. Look, we got an hour. We're gonna try to blast through what we can in an hour and take our time. And I think, and we could do that. We could do that in here. We can do that at home. Whatever it is. So that's one option. The other option is, which is kind of still the same thing, taking the question section, moving it to like around the 30-minute halfway mark, but making the question section limited time, as in, hey guys, we're gonna do 10 to 15 minutes of questions. Once we hit the 15-minute mark, we're gonna continue. You know what I'm saying? And that's another possible way. And then for the rest that we didn't answer, take it to the podcast. So take it to another video. So we're just trying to figure out what's gonna work best. We still gotta talk to Cam when he gets back here, but we're trying to be as most efficient for you guys and also for ourselves too, and just try to keep things kind of tight. And because sometimes we got jokes we want to get off about certain topics that are going on in the news and media, but we spend so much time on questions we can't get back to. And then we're kind of, by the time we get to the end, we're like, well, we let all our jokes on the questions. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm more of a fan of option A than I am option B. I'd rather have a separate video. This is personally speaking, I think it would be better for the fans and everything. But I think one thing that maybe we could add to that, maybe as another option, is also maybe we could do a tier system on our Patreon to where maybe the top, people will answer their questions, like maybe top 3, top 4 at the end of the podcast, and then segue that to the actual video of the rest of the questions we ask. Maybe we could do something more like that. Yeah. But we want to at least let y'all know so y'all can give us your feedback, what you think is best.
Yeah, and today we only got like 6 comments because I just put it up this morning because I still was trying to figure it out. Right. We'll continue. We'll figure it out this week and figure out exactly how we want to do it. But we're definitely excited to be back, and I think this year we kind of just want to update y'all. We
and that was talking about that was a conversation that was a part of a much bigger conversation.
Yeah, much bigger conversation
we were having about the movement of Dormtainment, where we want to go. Everyone is taking this 2020 as a refresher, of course, not just for a new year, but also for a new decade. and as a kind of a refresher for whatever it is, your brand, you personally, all that good stuff. And we try and figure out what we want to implement to take us to the next level with the things we want to do. And we want to be honest and open with y'all more, and just tell y'all what you want to do. Putting it out there is important, and I think for us, and they've talked about this on Boss Talk plenty of times, but just like making sure you say, what you want. Make sure you claim what you want to do, or claim what you want to do. So we want to do more of that. And I was gonna say also, we're trying to get to, because sometimes like the questions are all the questions are great and we appreciate it. So keep the questions coming. Yeah. What we want to make sure is that we don't move away from comedy, from if we have jokes, because that having these topics to talk about, and sometimes your questions lead us to comedy and other topics. That's why I do like them. So that's why we're just trying to figure out the best way to balance it, because it might be a question that I see and I'm like, oh damn, I might want to talk about that one on the podcast, stuff like that. So we'll have an answer for you. So we're gonna talk to it. We're gonna talk about it internally and figure it out. And also to because sometimes our podcast can run between an hour to an hour and 30. I think this will break it down to probably about an hour, which I think is a solid podcast. I think because people's attention span ain't but so long. I mean, like even if it's an hour, people sit there for a couple.
I mean,
hours,
they will, but I mean,
I think an hour is a tight amount of time.
It's a tight amount of time, and not that we really pressed about it, but it could be cool. It
helps us it keeps us accountable too, to stay on time too. And just keep the questions.
And and also to the SoundCloud fans, I want to apologize because I really kind of stopped uploading on SoundCloud like that, because I was just like, it's there, but I can't think like that. What? That's still an audience. You know what I'm saying? But I was getting too caught up in uploading, everywhere else, and I was like, I would literally forget SoundCloud. Yeah. So I apologize to SoundCloud. So we're gonna get that back up and running as well, because whether it's 100 people, 200 people, it's still somebody listening. Right. That may only have matters. SoundCloud.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it adds into the numbers. Mm-hmm. And I do want to say also one last thing, or two things when it comes to this podcast. Let's can we try to be, for those who use iTunes or whatever source you have for reviews, leave a nice review, because that helps get us up the charts and helps us with brands and stuff like that. So if you guys can leave reviews on the iTunes, man, that would be amazing. For the people, like, 'cause we're getting a good amount of listens now. The numbers are going up each week, and we're excited about that. So if you guys could just take the time to leave a review, leave a star comment, just say how you love the podcast, what we're doing, and encourage other people to do that. That will help us tremendously. That'll help us tremendously. And also, we had an internal talk about going live. The podcast team here is really dope, and I think I think we're going to be implementing some live this year. I think whether it's a small tour of 3-4 cities, whether it's a big one, I think just us coming to you live and just having fun. Mm-hmm. Whatever city you guys are in, the cities. I mean, we have to go by the cities who listen. We get the most listens out of. But I just think it'd be fun, even if it's one show. It'd be great to just get out and just touch the people and just get that energy going. So yeah, a lot of big things for this podcast this year. So I'm excited about it.
Room noise,
big
things for that. We're not trying, but we're going live with that. We're gonna start LA-based show here that we're gonna start. We're trying to think of maybe twice a month.
That'd be cool.
Throwing like a live room noise event. Maybe we can do a co-tandem with Comedy Trap House. Yeah. But the thing that we really want to do this year is make sure everything that we do it's cohesive. It works together. You know what I mean? Like, Comedy Trap House feeds into Room Noise, which feeds into Dormtainment sketches, which feeds into, a movie we want to promote eventually, or whatever else it may be, our music, all that. So we want to make sure we got that working in tandem. Mm-hmm. So just be prepared for some changes. Be prepared for it. Obviously, merchandise. We got to get back on our merchandise for Comedy Trap House, Room Noise, all these brands that we have. We want to just elevate it to the next level. For y'all that know us the longest, Dormtainment fans, you know that these last 10 years, we've been together 10 years, right? I mean, over 10 years now. There's been ups, there's been downs, right? We've had our moments, our peaks and valleys, and we're trying to change. We're pushing forward. We're still pushing
Oh,
forward.
yeah,
You know what I
always.
mean? We're going forward. We're going hard, and we're trying to take it to the next level. It can be tough. It can be tough, to be honest. It can
for sure. Last year was tough.
Last year was
Last
some
year was
tough
tough.
times. You know, we don't have a group member that used to be in the group that to be honest with you, that took a toll for a while. You know, that was, you know, just from an emotional place, from you know, obviously some business. But y'all that are listening have stuck by us through and through. Yeah. And we really do appreciate it.
Oh, man, listen, and in the year
we owe it to y'all to keep going and do better.
And the year ended strong because Emmanuel got new clothes. And that's
new
the most
clothes.
important
I'm
thing that
telling you,
happened
every
last
election,
year.
man, come on.
That's the most important thing that happened last year is Emmanuel got new clothes.
New clothes.
Because that meant that the new decade was going to start amazing.
I'm telling you, like, even for a personal brand, to be honest with you, even personally, like, I felt for a while like, how can I say this? I contained my shine. Yeah. And what I mean by that is I didn't feel, I think you guys talked about this, the worthiness. Yeah. You know, that's why I've suffered from imposter syndrome and all those things. But I didn't feel the worthiness until I made it. I'm just a grind, go hard. Let me figure out, let's write these scripts. Let's figure out how to direct. Let's do it. Let's just do it. But I never felt like I need to shine necessarily.
And you definitely do. Like, we all, like,
exactly.
You got to.
And you're just hurting yourself if you don't let yourself shine. Show the world your talents. Be proud of yourself and to keep going. And I promise myself that I will shine. This year, next year, this next decade, and forever on, as long as I can, because that puts positivity in my soul, in my spirit, in my heart, that I can also pass down to the next person. Shining can do nothing but inspire.
And it reflects.
And reflects, you know what I'm saying? So let's, you know, that's what the energy I want to feed into the world. And I want to get better at comedy and all these things. Directing, I want us to do a movie this year and on our own. An independent movie that Dormtainment does that goes to that shows y'all, hey, we are worthy. We here. We were putting in our creativeness and our talents to work to show y'all we're worth it. So
it's more action this year. That's the overall thing. It's more action, more offense, less
planning,
defense.
action, organization, all that just in combination.
Yeah. So that's why we wanted to talk about how to do the questions and stuff like that because we knew that it was like. First off, that we were getting that many questions was amazing, so we were happy about that. But we knew that we had to kind of figure out how to dial it back and also be able to feed you guys what you need, and also be able to keep it tight and concise and exactly, you know, just very, very organized. So
I'm telling you, Dolomite was the most inspirational.
Yeah,
movie.
it was. Yeah. And
Dolomite was the most inspirational.
You will see a shift this year, and I'm getting back in my stand up bag. I'm not even gonna say I'm trying. I'm in there. I'm in my stand up bag. It's like, fuck it, man. I'm out here. So we're excited. So with that being said, we're gonna answer these questions that we do have. We got six questions, which is perfect.
Before we get in questions, because we're wrapping up after the questions.
Yeah, so go.
Okay, I just got one thing. Yeah. Okay, so we went to Issa's party, birthday party. She opened up a new coffee shop. Congratulations to her.
Hilltop.
Hilltop in Inglewood. And on the way back, we took an Uber. So we had a very a Uber driver that, quite honest with you, I think I love this person.
Yeah, no,
this
very authentic.
I just love him.
Very authentic.
He was so funny that I started writing down his quotes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And I just want to go through some.
No, let's talk about it because he had some good quotes. Yeah.
Go and handle your wax.
Go and handle your wax is something he said.
He said, "Go and handle your wax." What do you think that means? Give me the quick.
But here's the thing: he talking about some booty for sure.
Right.
For sure. But you got to look beyond the booty. It's just go and handle your business.
Your business, right?
Go and handle your wax.
Go and handle your.
Cool.
Now this man, he's straight Cali, right?
Straight Cali, about 60.
He said he was 50. He said he was 50, 51 or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, older dude, OG. I called him OG the whole
OG.
time because that's what he gave me. So next thing he said, when talking about white girls that he's been with, he called them pink toe.
Yes.
He said the girl had pink toe.
First off, my stepdad used to say the same thing.
Pink toe?
And he is a pink toe himself because he light. He's light.
He's light.
He's a black man.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He might not be full black because he low key look Indian.
Pink toe though.
But he like, I was like, how you gonna call somebody pink toe and you got pink toe?
See, but I could believe that more because if he's Native American, pink toe could be, his ancestral
could be a
name.
tribe.
But pink toe as referred, like Hannah, have you ever been referred to
as a pink toe
or having pink toes?
That is wild.
Okay.
When he said it, I heard it. I heard it once, and that was from my stepdad who was older.
Pink toe. So okay, so next one. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah, that's some old ass shit. That's some old ass shit. Don't you threaten me with a good time? Like what? Like
no, and let me be clear with you. It wasn't old. Like it was old, but hood old.
But yeah, it was hood
old. Because that started off with, and I told the bitch, don't threaten me with a good time. All right. So
mind you, this is an hour car ride.
This is an hour car
ride.
We're
riding back yesterday.
All right, next one. I took her ass to task.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what the fuck that meant.
I wrote down. I took her to task.
Yeah,
but he could have said ass to task. I don't know.
Yeah, I know he said and I was like, is that him? Is that to town? I took her to town.
I took her to task. I put in work. So it's a task of work. I put in work. He was hitting it, I guess.
Yeah, but I was just like, it took her ass to task. He said that multiple times.
Let me tell you how excited this nigga was to talk to us. This is an old man that felt excited.
Because he was quiet when we got in the car.
Dropped some dimes on us.
But when we started really talking.
Yeah, he was going in. Let me tell you niggas about how I used to be. So, all right, here's another one. I wasn't there for nothing but a good time.
Okay.
Which
okay. I mean.
You favor my flavor.
Yeah, when he said that, I said, okay,
he said that's how he pulls.
That's kind of saucy. You favor my flavor.
He said he told a girl that one day.
Yeah.
And she kind of brushed him off, came back a week later and said, what was that thing you told me?
Ooh, and he took her ass to task.
Handle that wax.
Handle that wax. Took her to task.
And last one.
Yeah.
He was talking about he was fucking this girl that her man was in jail.
Okay.
And he said he stopped hitting it for about a week once he knew the dude was coming back.
Yeah.
So a week before he was coming out of jail, he said, I had to let the pussy get back to what he remembered.
Dog, when he said that, I said,
God, I'm about to walk out.
When he said that, I remember when he said that we were going off the exit. I said, oh, he done hit his peak of ignorance in this car. That shit was so funny.
That is the wisest words I've ever heard in my life. This nigga said, I had to stop hitting it for a week to let the pussy get back to what he remembered.
Not what he remembered.
He said, I wasn't trying to wife her or nothing. Oh my God, my man was
wise words from a decent man.
From a decent Uber driver.
From a decent Uber driver.
Come on, man.
He basically want to let you know, like, don't get yourself in trouble. Let her remember him. Let him remember what it used to be like.
Oh my God.
He's like, because as men, we can feel it. We can feel it when another man been in there. I said,
now, is that true? I've never experienced
that.
But Mike told me a story. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell this story, but I'm gonna tell it anyway. He used to be dating somebody, all right? And he said he, one time visiting, he dipped in it.
He dipped in it.
And he said something felt different.
Hey.
And then he asked her like a week later, and she confessed she cheated. So do you really feel it when another man hits it or something? Does
I'm not
change?
gonna lie. Maybe I'm ignorant because
I've heard
I don't know if you feel
the non-scientific people say, oh yeah, it stretches and it molds to the
but
penis.
But it goes back.
It goes back. But yeah, I would think it's just
like you're not gonna feel if another unless he coming in there.
Unless he got a baby arm.
Unless he got a baby arm and he coming in there wilding in there.
What is wilding?
He coming there wilding out in there.
Stroking left and right and jumping in that thing.
It's like other than that, I don't think nobody gonna know. Like he not.
Mike knew. He knew. So we got to bring him on and we got to ask
Mike. Maybe has just a heightened sense of emotional intelligence that we haven't reached.
He does get scared a lot.
He does. Maybe. So him and his pussy meter, if they right. I don't know, but I just I never experienced. When they said that, I was like, I don't think that's happened to me. But man, hey man,
I never felt the difference.
This ain't Kevin in here, is it?
Right. Hold on.
This ain't.
Don't be hitting it and be like, Rome?
My bad, dog. Well, you felt the ridges on the side,
Right.
huh?
Oh my God. Jesus. Oh no.
Oh man, that is funny.
Let's get
to these questions, man. Remember, patreon.com/Comedy Trap House. Join us. You get another Boss Talk. Oh, we're also adding a video tier to Boss Talk. So you get to see the whole video. You get to see us. It's going to be great, man. So get ready. First one is from Sierra Derrico. Happy New Year, DT. I know y'all are rejuvenated for this new year.
Yes,
Rome, you most definitely held it down with the podcast, and you most definitely gave heavy wisdom from the key things you learned from this past decade.
Yes.
My bad. I did a top 10 things I learned over the
Right.
decade. My dad called me yesterday. You know what? I'm so proud of you, man. I listened to your top 10 things you learned over the decade, and that really hit home. I put it on the fridge, and the reason why I did that is because that reminded me of something I would say. If you don't get your ass off this phone, I think you calling to give me a compliment. He was like, yeah, that's my son right there. Yeah, you funny. So,
Sound like something I would say.
she said it hit deep with me, and thank you for that. What are you guys looking forward to in the next upcoming months? January is almost over, which is funny because it's already the 13th.
Crazy.
And what's up with this weather? Because it's all warm and it's supposed to be cold. Either we're going to get a super hot summer or them bugs going to take over if I stay like this. LMAO. Much love. 2020 vision. Yeah, we kind of just talked about what we got going on this year. Movies, series. We want to give y'all serialized stuff, movies,
taking
big
Dormtainment,
projects.
next step, just going at it.
Sammy Jane, Happy New Year, DT. I hope y'all are
Thank you.
refreshed and ready to kill it this year. I know
Let's
I
go.
am. So my question is, can I be an honorary boy? I lived in Napoli, which is Varcaturu, Italy, for 5.5 years. I could show y'all around. Y'all would love Italian women, funny, and the food is delicious. Plenty of seafood in Napoli. Swordfish was my favorite. Octopus and calamari, too rubbery. Peace be with y'all. So Sammy,
Italian women got them olive toes.
Listen, they got them olive toes.
Call them olive toes.
Olive oil spilling out them toes. But I'm here for it. I'm here for Italian food, women, adventures, museums. Like I'm here for all of it.
It's time to get out of town.
It's time to get out of town this year.
I should have brought my passport. I found my passport.
Wait, you should have brought it like here.
Yeah, because I
to the
found
podcast,
it,
yeah.
and it's literally 25 years old. There's a picture of me as a baby in it.
Oh, it's literally 25 years old.
And that tells you I haven't been.
You haven't been anywhere. No, that's funny.
That's changing this year.
Listen, Sammy Jane, I'm actually very, very curious in your time living for 5.5 years there. So DM me at I Roam a Lot. I really want to know about your time there because out of the 4 places that I want to go this year, Italy was one. Rome was one because Rome got to go to Rome.
Yeah.
And I want to go to Rome. I'm already locking in Ethiopia because my dad is going to Ethiopia in May.
I might be right there with you.
I'm got to go. No way y'all going again and I'm missing this. I got to go. So, yeah, I would really like to hear about your time there. But, yeah, you can be an honorary member. You know what I'm saying? Just you keep them stamps rolling up.
Keep them rolling.
Myron Davis Jr. What's goody, fellas? What are your opinions on these subject matters? Are we the aliens? Yes. I told y'all, The Rock, flat out, an alien. Who else is Liam Neeson might be an alien.
Now, does he mean like who's an alien or like is he saying all human races?
He said, "Are we the aliens?" That's one of his questions. Just question mark.
Possibly.
We
could have been.
Honestly,
we could have been some type of spores on a meteor that landed here from Mars a million years ago.
Think about sex.
Mm-hmm.
We probe.
I was already on it.
We probe a woman.
Mm-hmm.
We dispense liquid matter.
Mm-hmm.
That then flows into her body to an alien nesting egg.
Mm-hmm.
But it has to swim against billions of other teeny little alien creatures. Gets into the egg, starts growing. Over this 9 months, the swelling of the belly happens.
Mm-hmm.
The kid kicks. The woman's hormones are messed up. She turns into a different person sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Turns to a different person. She has cravings for pickles and milk or something. You know what I'm saying? Random stuff.
You started to make a good point.
You know what I'm saying? And then when the birthing time comes, you either cut the stomach open.
Jesus Christ.
Or
is this what happens?
It comes out of
the what?
Canal.
What does it come out of?
The vagina.
Jesus Christ!
A hole that is this big that it spans under good weather circumstances. And then the kid comes out breathing, screaming. Well, the alien comes out screaming, attached to a cord.
This is making me uncomfortable.
Attached to a cord that it was fed through while inside of the stomach, and then it grows up to be like a janitor or something.
That is some alien.
That's some alien shit. We are the aliens.
That is some alien ass shit.
That's some alien stuff. Hannah, you're an alien. We're all aliens. We're aliens out here. So
I'm a black alien, though.
Yeah, a Blalian. That sounds like something overseas, like
Blalian.
an island somewhere.
Right.
Them Blalian people.
It's right next to Italy, off the coast of Italy.
Other question is the Earth flat, round, or other? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. I ain't been out there.
It's round. Keep going.
You don't know either.
It's round.
But do you know?
I've been in the sky.
No. Do you know?
I see a curve. All right.
It could be another shape. Could it be oblong?
Next question.
Someone told me it's a snow globe that we can't escape. Oh, fuck, that gave me anxiety. It's been shaken up.
My question is, what type of snow globe? Like,
it can't be with just snow because it's other
I
weather.
mean,
Maybe it's just we're in a
saying the whole Earth is a snow globe, so it's
we're
different.
a marble. Maybe we're a marble.
We are in. I mean, I don't know, man. We are a marble in many ways.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, Rome, I know you're in NC. This weather mad crazy. I have another question, but I'll save it for next week. It needs its own comment. As always, stay up, DT fan. Appreciate it. Schoolboy Q. Hey, DT. Hope y'all had a great holiday season. My question is, what was the biggest thing that shocked you in 2019? And if that has already been answered, then will 2019 be the year Chaz or Mike join the podcast for an episode?
Maybe.
Thank you, and have a good week. Yeah, I would love for them to come on. They need to come on as guests.
No, I've been begging. Just
come on. Like, let's get these jokes off.
Chaz don't like to talk too much.
Yeah,
if
Chaz
y'all
don't like to
haven't
talk
got
too much.
that to this point, you know, if you've been paying attention, he doesn't like to divulge in conversations out loud as much. So, you know, hopefully he comes out when he wants to, but if not, I understand if he just doesn't want to.
And there was too many things in 2019 that shocked us. Like,
what's your number one? Give me something. Give me something. What's something that shocked you? Something that shocked you.
San Andreas, the movie, was bad. Like that was a shocker.
I mean, that's not shocking. And San Andreas came out years ago.
In 2019. Oh, they said in 2019. I'm thinking about the decade. They said, biggest thing in 2019.
In 2019, what happened?
Shit, in 2019.
I would say Diddy dating Lori Harvey, but is that really shocking?
The most shocking thing was checks to our doorstep. That was a shocker. I really don't know. 2019 shocker? Oh, Nipsey. Yeah, probably Nipsey.
Oh, I hate thinking about
that.
Yeah,
that was probably a shocker.
Yeah, that was definitely the most heartbreaking shocker.
Yeah, that one.
One of the most heartbreaking shockers.
In 2019, I don't really shocker-wise. That the Patriots ain't make it to the
Tom Brady ain't in no more, possibly.
That's what we ain't talk about. Fuck, we got to end with that. We're going to end with that.
All right, cool.
All right, so Jesus. Glad to have you guys back. Hope all went well. Celebrating with family. My question for today is Ninja Turtles or Power Rangers? First generation. Who do y'all think was the coolest in action, appearance, and songs? Shit.
In Power Rangers?
Ninja Turtles or Power Rangers?
I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't really grow up watching Ninja Turtles. I was more of a Power Rangers kid, if anything.
Damn, I watched both. This is
Go Power Rangers.
Off of coolness. Off a theme song and coolness.
What was a Turtles theme song?
I don't. See, that's the thing.
You can't even
off
call
theme
it.
song,
So
I had to go Power Rangers.
Yeah, Power Rangers was fire.
But overall, there's nothing cooler than some turtles doing karate.
There's plenty of things cooler. There's plenty of things cooler. There's plenty of things cooler
with a rat master?
Nah. It's straight.
So Power Rangers was cooler?
Yeah, man. It's just a bunch of nerds. Donatello.
Power Rangers, they had they get the morph and they turn into
Mighty Morphin
but that theme song alone.
Yeah. I just just wish the kids weren't from like the suburbs and shit, and like some like gritty ass.
Zach wasn't from the suburbs. Zach was black. He wasn't from the suburbs.
That was a multicultural school.
First off, Power Rangers
it
was
looked
racist.
like a good school they went
Power
to.
Rangers was racist. They made the first girl the yellow girl,
definitely
Asian. The black guy black.
Did you?
Red was red.
No, did you know this is even more ingenious? Okay, so the dude that bought Power Rangers, you know, Power Rangers was already a show in Japan.
Yes.
All the shit we saw is from Japan.
Happened, yeah.
The dude who bought it, Saban, I think his name is, he bought it.
There's a story on him.
And they basically, the way he got the network to agree to doing it is to save a lot of money, is just shoot the kids when they're not in uniform.
Yep.
In the high school, so to make it American in those scenes, and we'll take all the same action scenes they had in those and just place it there. So when they turn into the thing, when they turn into the Power Rangers, that's the Asian actors from the
Genius.
Those clips, and they just put it together.
Genius.
Incredible.
I ain't gonna lie, I got so excited when I seen them morph. And then like when they be hitting the putties, first off, that was extra as fuck. They hit them and explode.
That shit was
when you go back and watch it now, it's bad. It's terrible.
Pretty corny.
It's pretty corny. But
they about to come out with another movie. Reboot it. They
rebooting it
again. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. The coolest part, the hardest part of the movie was when they morphed and that song came out. I was like, this shit hard. I was like, it brought so many memories. I was like, oh, this is hard. And then everything else was bad. Everything else was it was pretty bad. But I'm gonna have to go Power Rangers. I mean, I fuck with Ninja Turtles heavy, but I'm gonna have to go Power Rangers. P.S. If Emmanuel's in the room, I hope he's not talking down on my Texans. We're going to talk about that in a second.
All right, yeah.
Handsome, chubby nigga. What up, DT? My question is, can we get another drunk podcast with Tristina? Add Emmanuel this time. Or if not that, what about podcasts with all five guys? Chaz really is a deadbeat dad, only here for every 6 months. I mean, Tristina, Tristina and KT will forever be people that we don't even have to have questions. They just them. And it just flows.
Any more guests y'all want to? Make sure to hit us up.
Oh yeah, that's what we forgot to say. We about to have guests.
Yeah,
we about to start bringing
all
our homies and everybody. So we're excited about that. But real quick before we get out of here, sports talk.
Yes.
Yo,
this was the most incredible week of football I think I've ever seen.
It's been
like I don't
first
think
off,
I've ever seen a playoff run like this.
It started with Tennessee beating. Was it Tennessee? First off, start with Dolphins beating the Patriots.
Well, that was playoffs.
That was playoff, but
they kicked the Patriots out. They could have had a home field advantage. And a bye,
and then the bye they could have had, for sure.
Yeah.
But Tennessee goes to the Patriots, and they win. The underdog, they win. Tannehill, they win. Derrick Henry is just a monster out there. Insane. Cool.
And that's last week's game.
Yeah. So then San Fran plays Vikings. Vikings have no answer for San Fran.
Kirk Cousins, man, he ain't it.
Vikings have no answer for San Fran.
He's a good quarterback.
Yes.
But he is not a gamer.
He's not a gamer.
He just doesn't have that, and I think it's kind of mental too. It's a mental thing. Like he has this thing in his head where he gets really low.
He has
really
the weapons.
High.
Diggs is great.
He has
Rudolph
all
is great.
The weapons.
Thielen is great.
And people gonna say that money isn't worth it if he doesn't take him further because, what's his name? Well, we got him later. Redskins picked him up. The other quarterback. He was on y'all team for a little bit. He was on our team this year.
He pissed me off, so I can't think about him. It started with a K, I think. Fuck. I can't think of what his name is. But
anyway,
him.
Vikings' former quarterback took them to the second round of playoffs. Or third, right?
Yeah, third.
The third.
Third, yeah.
The championship they lost then or something?
Yeah, I think
so.
Kirk
Cousins has to outdo that, and they weren't paying him nothing. So, I don't know. I just don't think Kirk Cousins. He's a great. He could throw up. He could put up some numbers. But when it comes to big games, he's like 0 for 9 in Monday
Another
Night
quarterback,
Football.
they would have been good because they got squad. They got a receiving core.
They got a
receiving
core.
It's good.
So I don't know.
Cool. Boom. San Fran. They just
San Fran
looks amazing. San Fran looks amazing. Now we move to Saturday. Texans play. Sunday. Texans play Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs is all. Sorry, no. I'm tripping. Let's go Saturday. Baltimore.
Yes, the Baltimore.
Baltimore plays Tennessee.
Who would have known? Who would have?
Here's the funny thing.
Coming?
Tony, our barber, which we're gonna get him on this podcast. Tony has a lot of opinions about sports. It's gonna be funny.
Okay.
Tony, our barber, he's cutting my hair that morning. I say, all right, let's talk sports. What you got? Who you got? He said, I got Baltimore. I said, that's a good choice. I said Tennessee gonna edge them. I said Tennessee gonna edge Baltimore. I told him, I said Tennessee, because for some reason I was like, something is telling me that when these teams that are just expected to go, it's just always in football. It's a whole new season, and playoffs is a whole new season. I said for some reason Tennessee got that chip on their back right now. They playing angry.
Derrick Henry, man,
they went out
that's
there.
On another level of running back.
Probably worst game Lamar had. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna get him a championship. He's
good, man. I would take him any day.
Any day. He's gonna be fine. He had a bad game. Yeah. Cool. He was shook. It's playoff time. Second year. And this was and what I think it is, people put expectations on that whole entire team.
Yeah.
Y'all need to win this for the city. You said you're going to win this. Y'all got a bye week. Y'all healthy. But the people were saying bye week isn't always good.
Yeah, a lot of people out here, the chatter is now that bye weeks can be detrimental, to you playing the following week because your team is not, they're not in shape anymore. Yeah. Just a week off.
A week off. Yeah. A week is a lot.
And it's not even, it's 2 weeks for them.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Because they get from the after they finish that last game.
They get a week to Sunday.
And then another
Sunday.
week. Yeah. So 2 weeks of not playing real football. And that first week, I think most of them just really have off. There's no practice.
And this other team's coming in just off of winning a big game.
Right. And they game ready. They coming in
ready. And they know y'all talking shit. We going to hear. It's a different. It's different.
A different element. But at the same time, it's happened before.
It's happened before. And the thing is, it's like I could tell they just. Once the spirit's taken out of a team, it's hard. It's hard. Once that, and once I seen Lamar getting frustrated, I said, right. It's gonna be hard for him to get back in it because he was all doing all this and he's young, so it's frustrating. This is his first time trying to come back.
Got you.
Trying to come from down.
Right.
And he know how to handle that, and that's fine. You're young quarterback. It'll be better, but nobody expected that.
No.
So Baltimore's out of it.
And then you got your boy.
Yesterday was one of the wildest events.
It was the battle, honestly, between the two best quarterbacks in the league to me.
Yeah.
Which is Russell Simmons, and they didn't even play each other. Russell Simmons.
Russell Simmons.
I mean, Russell Simmons.
Oh, no, I ain't talking about Westbrook.
No.
I'm talking about the game before. We got to talk about the game before.
Not Westbrook.
We got to talk about the Chiefs and the Texans.
But that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
The two that day had the best quarterbacks.
Got you.
Who I thought were MVP of this
league.
Mahomes and Wilson.
Wilson, yeah.
So,
I didn't know what happened.
Head in here screaming Mahomes.
I was like, Mahomes. I was like, wait. I thought something happened. First off, fuck Chiefs. I'm a Broncos fan. No. But no, that team is incredible. So let's just talk about this real quick. Emmanuel walks in the house. I say the Texans look like a different team right now.
Yeah.
Because they were mean out
21-0.
there. 21-0. 21-0 you walked in, then they scored a field goal. 24-0 first quarter.
Quarter. Not half. Quarter.
Touchdown, a punt block, a run back, another touchdown, a field goal. I said, this is a different team right now. They come in here angry.
Yeah.
We get in the car, headed to the event.
Yes, to Easter's party.
Before the second quarter is over, it's 28-24 Chiefs. We said,
hold on.
What? What?
I'm like, is it third quarter already? Nah, it's still in the second quarter. I'm like, what?
Cool. By the time I showed Emmanuel the final score, it was 51-31. I said, this is one of the greatest offenses I've ever seen.
Andy Reid, man. If there's any coach I'm pulling for to win a Super Bowl,
it's Andy Reid. He deserves it.
I honestly love Andy Reid. I think he's an amazing coach.
I went and looked at them highlights. Oh, Mahomes started picking them apart. It was bad.
Do you think he's like Jordan? Like, honestly, that team plays like a basketball team.
No team
in football.
Honestly, no team's supposed to come back from 24-0 first quarter.
No.
And not come back to score 51.
51? Maybe to come back to win it by like 5 points, 6 points, whatever. Touchdown.
Whoop they ass.
They came back.
Travis Kelce looked like a machine out there.
He looked like a basketball player. All these dudes look like basketball players. That's the way they run around, the way Mahomes dumps off pass, like it's it's basketball.
You can't keep up with Hill. He's an Olympic speed. Like he's everywhere. Like I'm like, dog. A good Super Bowl right now is Green Bay and Kansas or San Fran and Kansas.
Yeah. I want to see San Fran. I want to see that defense against that offense.
San Fran.
I think that's the best
they both have good
defense
offenses too. Both offenses are good.
That's what I'm saying. But what the strongest points?
Yeah, strongest points is the
Kansas City has the best offense.
And then
San Fran.
That'll be a good Super Bowl.
That'll be a great Super Bowl.
I don't see Tennessee beating. I don't see it.
Tennessee's a sleeper.
They're a sleeper.
A sneak right now. I don't even know if you could say it's a sleeper because they just beat
firepower-wise,
two crazy teams.
Kansas City got it.
Right.
But Tennessee defense is playing rough. They playing mean out there. And they front line is killing. So it's going to be interesting.
And who else is in it?
And then Green Bay and San Fran. That's going to be a good game.
Yeah, man.
I fuck with Rodgers.
I fuck with Rodgers.
That's going to be a good game.
Mr.
Relax himself.
Mr. Relax. He is Magic Man himself.
I love Rodgers, but
I don't necessarily care to see it happen.
See Green Bay?
I don't necessarily care.
I'd be cool to see Garoppolo and Mahomes. Like I think those are two young teams. Those are two young teams. I think that'll be a good Super Bowl. So yeah, sports was crazy, man. Yeah. And so Hannah, you I know she ready. She like, please, we need to go.
Kansas City.
Yeah, that'd be heartbreaking for Kansas. They need to win this next one. They need.
Yeah, I just want Andy Reid to get one. He needs a ship. He needs a ship.
He does. He deserves it. He's a great coach. But thank you guys for tuning in to the first episode of this beautiful 2020, new decade, new blessings. We love you guys. Remember, subscribe to the Patreon. Remember, subscribe to the Patreon. And remember, leave comments.
Oh, you all right there, buddy? Leave a comment.
Mm-hmm. And rate the podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud. We coming back to you. And
make sure you answer our questions, please. If what you want more, if you want the separate questions.
Yeah, if you want the separate questions. What y'all feeling? I think we'll implement it within the next 2 weeks or so. We'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll figure it out when Cam gets back and everything.
And make sure to follow us. I'm gonna start being more active online on the social media. Follow Rome at.
I roam a lot.
And I'm at Emmanuel Richards. Let's do it.
Follow Dormtainment. And
one last thing. Close this out. Cam and Chaz's grandmother passed away. Yeah. That's why Cam is not with us right now.
Yeah.
So just, show love.
Prayers and condolences.
Prayers up for him and condolences to his grandmother. She was great. We stayed there a couple times.
Oh, she was great. She was funny, too.
Woman. Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah. So we love you guys. Thank you. And 2020, let's get it. Peace.